Hi, I'm Teguh Ariefianto. Now I'm going to present about language and thought for the task of the midterm test of psycholinguistics. Okay, the way we see and think will indicate who we are in the midst of the entire world. Our existence is indeed so unique in terms of we are able to breathe, live, think, and speak to interact using the symbol of language that we are having in order to get various experience. The correlation between language and thought has been the focus of many researchers in the past century and is still open for discussion nowadays. Many have indeed referred to the debate as a chicken-egg situation that point to the famous impossibility of determining which one of the two processes shape the other. How are language and thought related? Is language shaping our cognitive processes? Are we all talking about a mutual influence? Is there a universal language system, or is language completely relative? Okay, now we move to the definition of each. Language is media and a result of human mind that is used to communicate, either through written oral speech or body movement or sign language. With language, humans can adapt their customs, behavior, social governance, and also easy to assimilate themselves with all forms of society. Mind or thought is a mental tool of thinking. The mind process is the brain's response to what has happened today, the present, and the future. Thought makes human think about everything, and the result is expressed in speech or language or action to notice to other people. Now we move to Wolffian hypothesis. The Sapir-Whorf or Wolffian hypothesis takes two forms: language determine thought, or language influence thought. The former is a much stronger view because it states that one is incapable of understanding a concept for which the language has no name. It also implies that there is no thought without language, right? Okay, Wolffian hypothesis suggests that the filtering system is one's language. Our language, in effect, provides us with a special pair of glasses that heightens certain perception and dims others. Thus, while all sensations are received by the nervous system, only some are brought to the level of consciousness. One of the Wolf classic example, snow, illustrated the role of language in the process. We have the same word for falling snow: snow on the ground, snow packed hard like ice, slushy snow, wind driven, flying snow, whatever the situation may be. To an Eskimo, this all-inclusive word would be almost unthinkable. He would say that falling snow, slushy snow, and so on are sensually and operationally different, extremely different. Different thing to contend with. He uses different word for the man for other kinds of snow. The Arctics go even farther than we in the opposite direction with cold, ice, and snow, all represented by the same basic word. Now we move to relationship between language and thought. Language, in general, can be interpreted as a symbol of human vocal system that use it as a tool for thinking, forming our mind, and to understand the mind of the other people. From this, we can know the clear connection between language and mind. Language can be separated from thought. Language can affect thought when thought is established. For example, language may be used to provide us with new ideas if you read some sentences, articles, listening what other people said, etc. The philosopher John Locke, some century ago, proposed precisely this view. The relationship between language and thought is such that thought is independent of language, with language deriving from thought. Given such a relationship, language can thereby fulfill its primary role, which is as an instrument for the expression or communication of thought. Now, go to the conclusion. So, from the description, we can conclude that language and thought are interrelated. Actually, there is one more element, namely culture, which is also inseparable. Language determines the way a person's thought, while language is an element of culture. Thought is a place to process all information that we obtain and also place to process all information that we want to utterance. The result of thought process and language we know as culture. Culture is never static, culture is dynamic and adapt to the dynamics of society and environment. Language and thought are include or element that build a culture. Language and thought cannot be separated because the language is a reflection of the culture and the thought is the identity of the speaker. Sorry. So, to create a good culture in the society depends on how the society was able to think well and extracting speech language. But for more depth, we will discuss later in the next session. Okay, thanks for your time. Have you have watched and listened this video? Hope you enjoy that. Thank you. Bye.